Hey guys, MegamanNG here, and we're back with another Pokemon Gen 6 Wi-Fi battle. Today I take on MaxP, and judging by the looks of his team, this should prove to be interesting. Yeah, you can tell he has like more than 3 fire types on his team, while I have more balance, so this should be interesting to see how my UU team will fare against it. If he has a YouTube channel, the link's in the description, I'll make sure to update it. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. I start off with a Starmie, he starts off with an Infernape, 1 fire type, and I start things off right away with a Psyshock, a special attack that does physical damage, and he survives. I'm literally saying, what? I gotta be serious. And he goes for the Grass Knot, and the Grass Knot does like about half, but it wasn't enough. I go for a Rapid Spin, and that should take it down. And since he had like way low health, that's at least good enough since I don't have to deal with it. And he now sends in Zekrom, and I'm thinking, crap, if he goes for the Bolt Strike, my Starmie's done for. So I had to make a switch, and I switched into my Frost Rotom. It was a pretty good prediction, it really was. And yeah, my Frost Rotom's very bulky. He goes for a Bolt Strike, and the Bolt Strike does a load of damage. Well, not really a load of damage, but it's enough for it to withstand it. Like I said, this Bolt thing, my Frost Rotom is basically focused on like defense, and he makes a switch to Infernape. I pulled the trick, and it didn't work. So I needed to make a switch because he's going to try pulling off some sort of fire move like Blaze Kick or Flare Blitz. I go into my Arcanine, he goes for the Blaze Kick, and it makes a good prediction. Flash Fire, boost up my fire type attack by +1, and I'm going to be needing it. So he went for the Sky Uppercut and misses. It turns out it's now faster. I go for a Flare Blitz, and thanks to the +1 boost in Flyer, thanks to Flash Fire, it does a lot of damage but survives. And it's like similar to the first battle I had with Starmie and Infernape. I was able to pull a super effective move, but this one's not very effective, and he's now got +2 speed. He goes for another Sky Uppercut, and that misses too! I go now for the Crunch attack, and the Crunch takes down Blaziken. 2 fire and fighting types down, who else has to go next? The team's very off balance. I don't know why, but it's way off balance. So now he sends in another fire type, Reshiram, and now he's kicking in with the Turbo Blaze. I, meanwhile, decide to just heal up and go for the Morning Sun. I needed to heal up from all that recoil I suffered, since my Arcanine is equipped with a Life Orb, and plus he has moves that dish out recoil damage. I need to heal up as much as I can. He goes for a Fly, but I instead go now for a Morning Sun, which now heals me up back to full. With me at full power, I can just dish out more damage all over again. And he goes for the Fly instead of a Fire attack, which is a pretty smart move in my opinion. I make a switch, and I switch right away into my Starmie, and I needed to do something fast. And he goes instead now for a Draco Meteor. Yeah, the last time my opponent pulled a Draco Meteor on a Pokemon, it got wiped. And unfortunately, that's what happened with Starmie. I needed to switch just in case, and I actually made a smart prediction. Too bad it cost me one of my best Pokemon. So now I send in my Mienshao, and I go straight away for a Fake Out. I'm not giving this guy any chances whatsoever. Gets the flinch and he can't move. Unfortunately, I made a pretty bad move and put Fake Out again. I was going to go for the Stone Edge, and that didn't work, so that was my mistake. This ends up turning it to his advantage, and he gets the Fly Off, but I survive. And I'm like, damn. I guess this thing must be a mixed attacker. And I go for the Stone Edge, and that takes it down. And I didn't even get a crit for it. It was pretty nice. But the only good advantage about this is that with the Shell Bell I have, it basically restores my health up nicely. And now he sends in Charizard. That's 4 fighting types. Unfortunately, this guy's going to go down with a Stone Edge too. If it had a Focus Sash, then it would have at least been able to take me down easily. This is what happens when you have to make careless mistakes like that. Okay, so now I send in the Lux. He sends in a Luxray, sorry. The Intimidate kicks in, and I suffer a low attack drop. So, I get a Drain Punch off, but due to the lower attack, it's pretty limited. So, yeah, at least I'm getting my health back thanks to Shell Bell and the Drain Punch's effect. However, he instead goes for a Thunderbolt, and the Thunderbolt does some damage, and it takes down my Mienshao. Ouch, that stinks. I have to admit, this battle is actually getting really interesting, so I sent in my Frost Rotom, and I instead went for a Volt Switch. I needed to get myself out of there, though I don't think it really would matter that much. I would have went instead for the Blizzard because remember, my Rotom's equipped with a choice specs. With that switch in hand, I go into my Arcanine, and he instead goes for a Crunch. And I'm pretty much thinking, is this thing like a mix attacker or something? Because this guy's actually putting up a heck of a decent fight. And I have to admit it, he's right. This is actually getting to be good. I go for a Flare Blitz, and that takes down his Luxray. Sadly, I suffer 2 recoils. Flare Blitz recoil and Life Orb recoil. I'm now down to 30 HP. My thought is just to get myself healed up with Morning Sun, and fast. And now he brings in his Zekrom, and it's now radiating a bursting aura. I instead go for a close combat. I should have went for the Morning Sun instead, though that ends up going to costing me dearly since I suffer not only a defense and special defense drop, but also more Life Orb damage. And he now goes for a Fusion Bolt. Wow, the animation for Fusion Bolt actually a lot better than it was back in Gen 5. Though Gen 5's Fusion Bolt animation's pretty good. And I now decide to go for my Rotom, and it's all up to him now. So, he gets the trick, well I pull the trick, and he ends up getting a Choice Specs. I don't know why, but for some reason he doesn't really have any other items. That's what I've been noticing. Most of the items, most of the Pokemon that he has doesn't have items or anything. That's just kind of surprising. I go for the Blizzard, and that takes down Zekrom. That was a pretty interesting battle. However, if I had one gripe with this, too many fire types. Too many because you're more than likely going to get wiped by either a water or a rock type, despite the fact that it has plenty of type coverage. Anyway, that's it for the battle. Thanks a lot, MaxP. I really did enjoy this battle greatly. And today's question of the day is, what character or characters will you be playing in the new Smash Bros. Game? For me, there are a lot. Mario, Link, Kirby, Little Mac, Mega Man, and maybe the Wii Fit Trainer. Though with the addition of these alternates, with Zero Suit Samus and Sheik being individual characters and having their own individual movesets instead of having it shared, this is going to prove to be very interesting, to say the least. So, that's it. I hope everybody enjoyed this Wi-Fi battle, and if you did, please hit that like button. It does mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys next time for another Gen 6 Wi-Fi battle. Peace out, guys.